Lynn had spent most of her life inside her family's restaurant. The smell of ginger, garlic, and fresh noodles filled the kitchen every morning before the doors opened. She had grown up there, helping her parents wipe tables, prepare food, and greet customers. By her early 30s, the restaurant felt like a second home. Customers knew her name. Her parents relied on her. Everyone assumed the restaurant would one day be hers. But Lynn carried a dream she had never spoken out loud. She wanted to start a clothing label. Late at night, after the restaurant closed and the house became quiet, she opened a small notebook filled with sketches. Dresses, jackets, fabrics, and colors filled the pages. Fashion had always inspired her. Yet every time she thought about turning the dream into reality, fear appeared. How could she tell her family? Her parents had sacrificed so much to build the restaurant. Lynn worried they might feel she was abandoning the business they had worked so hard to create. So the dream stayed hidden. One evening after closing the restaurant, Lynn sat alone at a table near the window. The chairs were stacked and the lights were dim. She opened her notebook again and slowly turned the pages. The dream had never disappeared, and she realized something important. Before she could be honest with her family, she had to be honest with herself. She wanted something different. Over the next few weeks, Lynn began learning what it would take to start a clothing brand. She researched fabrics, suppliers, and online stores. The more she learned, the more she noticed something surprising. Running a clothing label required the same skills she had already learned in the restaurant: hard work, patience, consistency. But one difficult step remained. She had to tell her family. One night after dinner service, Lynn gathered the courage. Her parents and younger brothers sat around the table, where they usually discussed the restaurant. Lynn took a deep breath. She thanked them for everything the restaurant had given their family. Then she shared her dream of starting her own clothing brand. For a moment, the room was silent. Then her father smiled. "Running a business is not about the type of work," he said. "It is about the person running it." Her mother nodded. "You are one of the hardest workers we know," she said. "That will help you succeed anywhere." Even her brother laughed and said, "If you can handle our dinner rush, you can handle anything." Lynn felt the fear disappear. Instead of disappointment, her family gave her confidence. A few months later, Lynn launched her first small clothing collection online. It began with only a few designs, but every piece carried something special: the courage to follow her own path. And Lynn realized something simple. Sometimes the hardest step is not changing direction. It is believing you are allowed to. And every step forward means you are one story closer.